verse number 2, he describes the jignasa. I chose this spiritual life for what purpose? There is a purpose, and what is that purpose? How am I going to get there? And for that we saw the first step here towards that is satsanga. Because I have left my home, or I have left my security blanket, that has been left behind. But a guru I don't have yet. I don't know where I am going. So it's not that you know exactly where you're going. I don't know where I'm going. I just know what I don't want. And there is a period when there could be a confusion. And so you look for good people. You look for spiritual people. You look for people who can nurture you, and so that you can avoid the feeling of vacuum and keep your spirit going in introspection and introvertedness. And therefore for this, sangaha satsu, where there is satsanga, there will be nissanga from the world. Satsangatve nissangatvam. And so this will further take us to what? It will test our shraddha. Because I am still not anchored anywhere, and at that time of vagueness or lack of clarity, when I am looking, what is important is prayers, a lot of prayers, Oh Lord, give me a guru, give me guidance, or let me find my journey. These prayers is called Bhagavataha Bhaktihi Dridhadhiyatam. So we must nurture our prayers and faith. Let the faith not be faltering because I don't have answers yet, or I don't have guidance yet. So Bhagavataha Bhaktihi Dridhadhiyatam. Therefore, because I am looking, I don't find, and then you see a bar nearby which I have found the closest support and I can just walk into the bar, and that's the end of my spiritual search, It'll conclude in some other spirituality. And therefore I need patience. I need to ride the challenges of waiting. Very difficult for us. We don't know how to wait things out, and therefore Shraddha, faith in the unknown, we need to strengthen during this time of vagueness. And not only that, he says, Shantyadihi parichiyatam. So may one cultivate, cultivate what? Cultivate certain inner qualities. So waiting time not with anger and frustration. Guru has not come, I don't believe in this, and don't get into on the edge for this. Then cultivate certain attitudes which are conducive for your spiritual life. And what is that? Shanti Adi. So here Shanti Adi refers to the sixfold qualification, sixfold cultivating values, sixfold values. And what are they? Shama. Shama refers to mano nigraha, discipline, restraint of the mind. Learning to shake up the mind, learning to not run after the mind. Whatever it wants, I will do. No. Mind must listen to me. I need to turn around the equation I have with my own mind, you see. Because earlier I was used to chasing my desires, and some whim, some fancy pops up in the mind, and I want to do that. Suddenly I have a fancy to have a golden hair in the middle of my head, and then I go to the salon and do it. Or whatever the mind asks for, I would do. But now I tell the mind, hey, listen to me. You have put me on a wild goose chase all these years. Now you listen to me. And that restraining the mind is called shamaha. Then we have damaha. The second is restraint of these senses. Bahyendriya nigrahaha. So restraining the senses. Being able to say no to the tongue. So when I want to have that rasmalai, one little piece is good enough. Not that I have to empty the dabba in one evening itself, So restraining these senses, the tongue, the nose, the eyes, the touch, all of that comes under the second discipline is called damaha. The third is called uparama. In Tattva Bodha we've seen this, uparama. So shama, dama, uparati, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam. These are the 6. The third is uparama. Uparama means swadharma anushtanam. Doing what my duties are. Very important because it will help me minimize the doinghood driven by kama. Therefore, my doinghood, let it be driven by duties. And duties keep me objective, balanced, centered, and therefore it is about uparamaha. Fourth is titiksha. Titiksha is, very, even when I pray to Bhagavan and I tell him, Bhagavan, give me titiksha. I want it now, okay? I've been waiting for this titiksha. I want it now. So the titiksha is patience. Learning to patiently ride uncomfortable situations is called titiksha. When we are not comfortable, then to sit quietly in discomfort doesn't seem to be a value anymore in our society. We can't sit in any discomfort, we constantly need comfort, and if there is a discomfort, then there should be 20 things to distract me so that I don't notice the discomfort. So why not face the discomfort? And so facing discomforts is titiksha. So we say in the Gita, shita, ushna, heat, cold, ups, downs, sukha, dukkha, all these opposites. So learning to build my threshold for discomfort or pain. It's a people used to cultivate this value, in our generation, older generation, cultivate the value. They will check your strength by seeing how much titiksha you have. They check the strength of a person. Means checking the strength in the threshold for pain. And we don't have that concept. Things are changing so fast. Fifth one is called shraddha. So shraddha means Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha. Tattva Bodha definition. Guru Vakyeshu Vishwasaha, Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha. Because the Guru speaks Vedanta Vakyas. The teaching comes to us in the form of words. And how do you know these words? Guru Mukhat. And therefore, having shraddha is having faith. Because you cannot say, oh, I don't believe you. It's not a matter of belief or disbelief. It's a matter of knowing. And so, until I know, I suspend my judgments and conclusions. Suspending my judgments and conclusions till I know that truth, till I own up the truth. Suspension is called Shraddha. Suspending my conclusions is Shraddha. And therefore, he says Shraddha, and finally Samadhanam. The sixth value to cultivate is Chitta Ekagrata. What is Chitta Ekagrata? The focus, concentrated focus. Very important that I am not, what do you call that? Headless chicken. I have a focus. I have awareful living. I am aware of what I am doing. If you have seen these kittens, if you have ever seen kittens growing up, they are very funny. They really, instead of headless chicken, I would say headless kitten. Because the way they jump around, it's like they have no idea what they are doing. They are climbing the tree, they are doing this, next minute they are falling, next minute they are turning backward. They just keep going like headless kittens, So here Samadhanam is focus, awareful activities. Whatever I do, I am conscious, I am awareful, I am focused and undistracted. These are the values, sixfold values, Shantyadi Parichiyatam. And then what? So more and more I cultivate. How do you cultivate? With the help of Viveka Shakti, discriminative capacity, and Prarthana, Satsanga, all these things when I do, prayer, devotion, being with good people, and all this nurtures these qualities in the person. That means I am getting ready. I am qualifying myself for the teachings.